Well, hey artist friends, thanks for joining me in the eyes drawing tutorial that we're going to be working on today. So, how to draw a really realistic eye, right? Just to recap, we're tackling portraiture. In our last step of this draw along grouping of videos, we focused on proportion and laying out where those proportions are on the face. So now we're going to focus on actually starting to draw some of those features, eyes. So I've got my photo of my lovely gal here, and I've also got from our downloadable drawing PDF my eye guide sheet. Okay, kind of help me learn how to draw. So what we're going to practice today is just a bunch of different eyes. First, we're going to learn how to first figure out kind of where the eye is in the eye shape. Okay, and then we're going to take, again, 20 to 30 minutes today to just practice some eyes, any eyes, over and over again to get better at them. Also focusing on the eye in our picture too. So let's just first start with the basic step. Your eyeball, okay, is actually pretty large. It's about the size of a golf ball. But it doesn't seem that large because we have a lot of skin and muscle and tissue and tear ducts and glands all covering it. And we actually only see about a quarter to a third of the eyeball at any given time. All right, so we're going to start by just drawing out a round circle kind of where the eyeball would be. Then what we're going to draw in is the shape of the opening of the eye going over it. And you can follow right along with our sheet that we've given you, or if you're focusing on your particular model that you've got. Okay, and so there's kind of the basic shape. This is like my little tear duct area, that little pink part in the center of your eye. Okay, the other thing that I'm going to draw in is the top crease of the lid and the eye fold coming over. Okay, and that fold of the lower lid that I see. And now you can already notice that, wow, my eyeball's really starting to take some beautiful shape. Okay, let's start adding some of the other elements that we know are in there. The iris. Now your iris actually tucks and is covered underneath your lid. You can see that in a couple of the drawings below in our sample sheet to work from. So the iris, you don't see the whole iris, it kind of tucks underneath the lid. And then the pupil, that black dot, is right in the center. Okay. Now, believe it or not, everybody has eyelashes. Yes, everybody does. So we're going to include some eyelashes as well. All right. Your eyelashes get longer towards the outer corner. They actually come off the upper eyelid. And this is where we're just practicing figuring out some of those elements. So you can draw really long eyelashes if you want, make them really dramatic, make them shorter. Okay, but they usually get a little bit thinner and a little bit smaller as they come in towards the corner of the eye. Now you also have on your lower lid as well, this is like a really big zoomed in eyeball. You also have on that lower lid as well eyelashes too. So we're going to have, but they're usually a little bit thinner. They're a little bit sparser. There aren't as many of them. Okay, so we're going to put in those little eyelashes on the lower part of the lid. And then we're going to actually start some shading work. So we're going to shade in our pupil really dark. Our iris actually tends to be darker at the edge, lighter in towards the middle. If you have darker eyes, you may not see as much of that iris kind of detailing in the center where there's some kind of darker value bits to the iris in the middle. If you have lighter eyes, you may see more of that, depending too what you see on your photo for your drawing as well. My model has lighter eyes. Oh, you can hear my cat. Hi, Dot. Okay, stop meowing for a second while I finish this. So I'm going to finish this this iris here. And your eyeball itself, because it is round, actually does have some value to it. Okay, so where the eyeball And this lid comes down lower here, actually. Recedes away from the center, gets a little darker at the edges. I'm going to grab my Q-tip now, do a little bit of smudging. Okay, and where it pulls in towards the tear duct, we have a little bit of value there. You can get fancy, grab your eraser, put a little highlight where you maybe see a little highlight happening in around the pupil. Okay. And then also it might get very dark at the corner of the eye where those skin folds meet. So you might want to add a little dark value there. But that's the basic structure of an eye. So I'd like you to take the next, let's say that we spent 5 minutes on that. Look at that. What I'd like you to take the next anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes, again, 20 to 30 minutes of drawing. I want you to try a couple more eyes on here, including looking at the eyes in your model portrait, or if you're drawing from life from somebody, looking at the eyes of grandma, grandpa, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, mom, dad, whomever you happen to be drawing. All right, let's do some good observational drawing. Let's come back together and take a look at our eyes. Okay, and I'm back. So I spent about, probably going back and touching up about 10 minutes per eye. So I got a good like half-hour practice in. Okay, and I went back and I observed an eye in my model here, right? Just did kind of a practice one. I went back and I added eyebrows too, some details like that, a little bit of shading around the eye as well, looking for folds. Whoops, get my model picture in here. Looking for like skin folds and shadows and details like that. Okay, so good eye practice. Well done. In our next video, join us to tackle probably one of the things that we get asked about the most. Whew, noses. Tricky, a little bit scary, but no worries, we gotcha, okay? So join me in the next video, we'll practice some noses together. Take care all. Thanks for joining me for portraiture. Bye-bye.